How to use the law of attraction to manifest unlimited money. What if I told you that the difference between the life you're living right now and the life you dream of living has nothing to do with luck, talent, or how many hours you work, but everything to do with the invisible frequency you're sending out every single day? What if money wasn't something you chase, but something you attract? Think about that for a moment. Because somewhere, right now, someone is earning in a day what another person struggles to make in a year. Same planet, same air, same 24 hours. So what's the real difference? It's not education, it's not background, it's not luck, it's energy. Every self-made millionaire who started from nothing, from Oprah Winfrey to Jim Carrey to Elon Musk, all share one thing in common. They believed in their wealth before it existed. They visualized it. They felt it. They lived it internally until the outer world had no choice but to catch up. This isn't fantasy. It's physics. It's vibration. It's the law of attraction in its purest, most powerful form. The moment you understand how to tune your thoughts, emotions, and energy to the frequency of abundance, the universe begins to rearrange itself in your favor. Money starts showing up in unexpected ways. Opportunities appear. The right people cross your path. Synchronicities become your new normal. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to use the law of attraction to manifest unlimited money. Not through wishful thinking, but through energy alignment, belief programming, and real-world inspired action. This isn't about pretending to be rich. It's about becoming the kind of person to whom wealth naturally flows. Because the truth is simple. Money doesn't go to those who need it most. It goes to those who vibrate at its frequency. If you've ever felt like you're doing everything right, but the results just don't match your effort, stay with me until the end of this video. Because what you're about to hear might completely rewire the way you think about money, success, and your own power to create reality. This is not just a video. It's an activation, a shift, a wake-up call. The moment you finish it, you won't see money the same way again. You'll feel it differently. You'll attract it differently. You'll become different. Let's begin. Topic 1. The hidden blueprint of attraction. Why money responds to energy, not effort. Have you ever noticed how some people seem to attract money almost effortlessly, while others struggle for years no matter how hard they work? It feels like there's an invisible force helping a few and ignoring the rest. The truth is, that invisible force exists, and it's not luck, coincidence, or privilege. It's the law of attraction operating quietly, precisely, and relentlessly in the background of your life. Money isn't random, it's energy, and energy always responds to energy. You can hustle for years, working long hours, chasing clients, trying every new strategy. But if your vibration says, "I'm lacking," then lack is what the universe will mirror back to you. That's because the law of attraction doesn't respond to your words, or even your actions. It responds to your frequency. The feeling behind what you do is what magnetizes or repels abundance. When you feel stressed about bills, when you fear running out of money, you're unintentionally broadcasting scarcity. You're asking for more struggle without even realizing it. But when you shift your energy, when you begin to feel wealthy before the evidence appears, everything changes. You start to attract situations, people, and opportunities that align with that new vibration. That's why the richest people on earth rarely talk about earning money. They talk about creating it. They don't see money as something to fight for. They see it as something that naturally flows toward ideas and energy that are aligned with value, certainty, and abundance. Take Jim Carrey, for example. Before fame, he was broke, living in his car, feeling invisible. But instead of collapsing under the weight of his reality, he used imagination as his currency. He would drive up to Mulholland Drive in Los Angeles, park his car, and visualize his dream life as if it were already real. He saw himself acting, signing contracts, walking red carpets. He even wrote himself a check for $10 million for acting services rendered, dated it for Thanksgiving 1995, and kept it in his wallet. And guess what? Just before that date arrived, he landed Dumb and Dumber, his first multi-million-dollar role. Now think about that. He didn't just wish for money. He embodied it. He lived emotionally in the vibration of abundance, long before the world confirmed it. That's not coincidence. That's energetic congruence. That's the law of attraction responding to alignment. Oprah Winfrey once said, "You don't become what you want, you become what you believe." And she's right. Oprah didn't come from privilege or wealth. She came from hardship, from conditions that told her she wasn't enough, that she should settle. But instead of accepting that vibration, she built a new one. She trained her mind to focus on gratitude, on possibility, on the frequency of expansion. And when she finally aligned her inner state with abundance, the outer world simply reflected it back. That's why gratitude is one of the most powerful vibrational tools there is. It shifts your focus from lack to sufficiency, from fear to flow. Now, let's look at Elon Musk, a man whose energy bends reality around him. Most people see risk and run. Musk sees risk and feels excitement. That's energy mastery. He doesn't vibrate at the frequency of fear. He vibrates at the frequency of possibility. That's why when he launches rockets that explode or invests billions in unproven technologies, he doesn't see failure. He sees feedback. He holds his vibration so firmly in the direction of his vision that the universe adjusts. And because of that, he keeps attracting opportunities that align with expansion, innovation, and abundance. Here's what most people misunderstand. Money doesn't reward effort. It rewards energy. You can't fool the universe. You can't fake frequency. You can take all the right actions but still push money away if your subconscious is wired with resistance, fear, or unworthiness. It's like trying to tune into a radio station that plays abundance, but you're broadcasting on the frequency of lack. No matter how loud you shout, you'll never hear the right music. When you start to truly believe that abundance is your natural state, your actions begin to carry a different energy. You stop chasing and start attracting. You stop worrying about how things will happen and start trusting that the how will reveal itself. You become magnetic. And suddenly, you're not forcing things anymore. You're flowing with them. Clients appear, ideas spark, synchronicities multiply. You become a living example of what happens when energy and intention align. People often say, I'll feel abundant once I have money. But the law of attraction flips that logic completely. It says, you'll have money once you feel abundant. Your emotions are the magnet. Your beliefs are the blueprint. The universe simply builds what your energy instructs it to build. If you keep focusing on debt, you're energizing more debt. If you focus on overflow, the universe mirrors that instead. It's time to stop worshiping effort and start mastering energy. Hard work is important, but it's secondary. True manifestation happens when inner alignment meets outer action. When your thoughts, emotions, and beliefs all point in the same direction, creation becomes effortless. You're no longer fighting the current, you're moving with it. That's why some people can attract millions, while others, doing the same job, stay stuck. The difference isn't intelligence or opportunity, it's frequency. Wealthy people think, feel, and act from abundance. They expect prosperity. It's their baseline vibration. They don't question it, they live it. And because they live it, the universe has no choice but to respond. Money responds to certainty. It responds to calm confidence. It's drawn to clarity like metal to a magnet. When your vibration says, I am abundance, the universe rearranges itself to confirm that truth. That's why when you meet people who radiate confidence, joy, and purpose, you can feel it. Their energy attracts opportunities, not because they're lucky, but because they're aligned. You are already broadcasting a frequency right now, whether you know it or not. Every emotion you hold, every belief you repeat, every word you speak is sending out a signal. The universe listens to the vibration, not the vocabulary. So the real question is, what are you broadcasting? Fear or faith? Scarcity or overflow? The answer will determine what shows up next in your life. The moment you decide to embody abundance, not tomorrow, not when things get better, but now, you start to shift reality. You start to notice that money isn't the goal. It's the reflection. It's the mirror that shows you the state of your energy. Change the signal, and the reflection changes. That's how the law of attraction truly works. Money is not your enemy. It's not even your goal. It's your mirror. It's showing you who you are energetically. And the moment you realize that truth, the moment you master your vibration, you'll never chase money again. You'll simply become the kind of person it can't stay away from. Topic 2. The science of belief. How your subconscious mind programs wealth or poverty. If the law of attraction is the engine that drives your reality, then your subconscious mind is the driver sitting behind the wheel. And here's the shocking part. Most people are driving blind. They think they're consciously choosing their destiny. But in truth, their subconscious beliefs are choosing for them, repeating the same patterns, fears, and limitations that have been quietly running in the background since childhood. You see, your subconscious mind is like a powerful supercomputer. It controls 95% of your daily thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. And it doesn't respond to logic or reason. It responds to repetition, emotion, and imagery. That means whatever you feel and repeat over time becomes your reality, whether it's empowering or destructive. If you've been conditioned to believe money is hard to make, rich people are selfish, or I'm not good with finances, your subconscious accepts those beliefs as truth, and your external world simply reflects them back to you. It's not that you're cursed or unlucky, it's that your inner programming hasn't been updated. You're running old wealth software on new life hardware. The law of attraction is listening, but your subconscious is sending out a distorted signal, one of lack, fear, and unworthiness. Science now confirms what ancient teachers have always known. Your thoughts and emotions are electromagnetic frequencies that influence matter. Neuroscientists have shown that when you visualize something vividly enough, your brain activates the same neural circuits as if it were already happening. That means the subconscious can't tell the difference between what's real and what's imagined. So when you repeatedly imagine abundance with genuine emotion, your brain begins wiring new neural pathways of wealth consciousness. That's how belief becomes biology. Your subconscious literally reprograms your nervous system to expect abundance, to recognize opportunities, to take inspired action naturally, without forcing it. On the other hand, if your subconscious is filled with limiting beliefs, it filters reality in a way that hides abundance from you. You could be standing in front of the opportunity of a lifetime and not even notice it, because your internal wealth radar isn't tuned to that frequency. Let me give you a simple example. Imagine someone who grew up hearing, "Money doesn't grow on trees, we can't afford that," or "Rich people are greedy." Those phrases might sound innocent, but they carry emotional weight. As a child, your subconscious absorbed them as laws of reality. So now, every time you try to earn more, you unconsciously sabotage yourself. You hesitate to charge what you're worth, you procrastinate on bold ideas, or you attract clients who can't pay. Why? Because deep down, your subconscious is still protecting you from breaking its own rules, even if those rules are false. That's why success without mindset work doesn't last. You can win the lottery, get a raise, or launch a successful business. But if your subconscious still believes you're not enough or not worthy, it will find a way to bring you back to your old level. You'll overspend, lose focus, or attract chaos until your outer world matches your inner program again. But here's the good news. The subconscious mind can be reprogrammed, and faster than you think. The same way it learned fear through repetition and emotion, it can learn abundance through repetition and emotion. Every time you visualize wealth with genuine gratitude and certainty, every time you speak affirmations that align with abundance, every time you act as if your success is already inevitable, you're rewriting the code. You're replacing limitation with expansion, scarcity with sufficiency, and doubt with trust. This isn't just positive thinking. It's neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to rewire itself through conscious intention. Dr. Joe Dispenza calls it firing and wiring. When you repeatedly think and feel in new ways, your neurons literally reconnect to support that reality. Your body begins to anticipate abundance. Your decisions become bolder. Your confidence rises. You stop playing small because your subconscious now expects greatness. Think of someone like Oprah Winfrey again. Before she became a billionaire, she practiced gratitude every single day. Gratitude is one of the fastest ways to reprogram your subconscious because it shifts your focus from what's missing to what's already abundant. And your mind can't hold two opposite frequencies at once. When you feel grateful, you cannot feel poor. Gratitude tells your subconscious, "I already have, I already am." And that's when more starts coming. Jim Carrey, too, didn't just visualize his success once and forget about it. He felt it daily. He rehearsed the emotions of wealth and success until his subconscious couldn't distinguish between imagination and reality. And once the inner belief solidified, the outer world had to align. Elon Musk, though not a manifestation teacher, demonstrates this principle through unwavering belief. When he says something will happen, Even when the entire world doubts him, his subconscious doesn't entertain failure as an option. That unshakable belief alters his behavior, his energy, his decisions. He literally bends probability through certainty. That's the science of belief in action. You don't have to be a billionaire to do this. You just have to start observing what your subconscious currently believes about money. Pay attention to your self-talk. What do you say when you pay bills? What do you feel when you think about wealth? Those emotions are feedback, showing you the vibration you're currently transmitting. The key is to become the conscious architect of your inner world. Repetition reprograms reality. The more you affirm wealth, visualize abundance, and act from faith instead of fear, the faster your subconscious rewires itself. The more emotion you add, the faster it locks in. That's why affirmations alone don't always work. It's not the words that matter, it's the emotional energy behind them. When you feel the truth of abundance, your subconscious begins to rewrite your story. You stop chasing money and start magnetizing it. You stop living by default and start living by design. The new beliefs you install become the autopilot of your life, guiding you toward decisions, connections, and opportunities that match your new identity. Because in the end, wealth isn't about the number in your bank account. It's about the story your subconscious keeps telling. And the moment you change that story, you change everything. So the real question isn't, how do I make more money? It's, what do I truly believe about money? Because the universe isn't responding to what you want. It's responding to what you believe. When your subconscious finally believes that wealth is natural, that prosperity is your birthright, and that abundance flows easily to you, your life begins to transform effortlessly. Opportunities start to appear in ways you could never have predicted. And it's not luck, it's alignment. It's the science of belief doing what it was designed to do, turning inner conviction into outer creation. The subconscious mind is the gateway between energy and matter. Master it, and you'll no longer wonder whether the law of attraction works. You'll become living proof that it does. Topic 3. The emotional frequency of money. How feelings create financial reality. If thoughts are the language of the mind, emotions are the language of the universe. And when it comes to manifesting money, your emotions are far more powerful than your words. You can say, "I'm rich" 1,000 times, but if deep down you still feel broke, doubtful, or unworthy, the universe will respond to your emotion, not your statement. That's because emotion is energy in motion, the magnetic force that tells the universe exactly what frequency to mirror back to you. Everything in your reality vibrates at a certain frequency. Money is no different. It has its own energetic signature, one of freedom, expansion, and flow. And to attract it consistently, you have to match that vibration emotionally. The problem is, most people try to manifest money while vibrating in fear, worry, or scarcity. They say affirmations with tension in their chest. They visualize success while secretly feeling anxious about bills. And that emotional mismatch is what blocks abundance more than anything else. You can't attract what you emotionally contradict. The universe reads vibration, not vocabulary. When your dominant emotions are rooted in stress or desperation, your frequency says, "I don't have enough." So even if you consciously desire wealth, the energy you emit keeps you in a loop of lack. That's why people often experience temporary bursts of success, like unexpected payments or lucky breaks, only to see it all disappear. Their outer reality changes for a moment, but their inner vibration hasn't shifted yet. To truly manifest unlimited money, you must learn to generate the emotional frequency of abundance before it arrives. That means cultivating feelings of joy, freedom, and gratitude now, without waiting for external proof. When you can feel financially abundant before your bank account reflects it, that's when the law of attraction begins to work for you instead of against you. Jim Carrey once said, "I acted like I already had everything I wanted until it became real." He wasn't pretending. He was aligning his emotional energy with the vibration of success. He felt gratitude before the checks arrived. He felt excitement before the contracts came. And those emotions became the magnet that pulled his desires from imagination into physical form. Neuroscience supports this. When you feel emotions associated with your desired outcome, joy, gratitude, certainty, your brain releases chemicals like dopamine and serotonin that signal the body to prepare for success. You literally begin living in the state of already having. The subconscious interprets this emotional experience as reality and begins to seek alignment in the outer world. That's when coincidences start appearing. New opportunities, helpful people, financial breakthroughs. But they aren't coincidences at all. They're reflections of your new frequency. Oprah Winfrey has always said that her success began with one simple practice: gratitude. Every day, she focused on what was already working, no matter how small. That emotional focus amplified abundance in her field. Gratitude, as simple as it sounds, is one of the highest vibrations you can hold. When you're grateful, you're broadcasting the message, "I have more than enough," and the universe responds by giving you more. Elon Musk, though operating in a world of engineering and innovation, demonstrates another version of emotional mastery. His frequency is built on passion, the excitement of creating something that didn't exist before. He's not driven by fear of failure, he's fueled by the thrill of possibility. That emotion, passion, is what magnetizes investors, employees, and opportunities to his vision. Passion is a form of abundance energy because it expands rather than contracts. The emotional frequency of money is expansion. It's that feeling you get when you imagine freedom, being able to make choices without worry, to give, to create, to live fully. To attract that, you must become that emotion. Feel rich even when your current balance says otherwise. Feel generous even when you think you can't give. Feel calm even when logic says panic. Because when you choose the vibration of abundance despite appearances, you tell the universe that your emotional state isn't for sale. You become energetically untouchable, and that's when reality starts to bend. Most people do the opposite. They let external circumstances dictate their emotions. If money flows in, they feel happy. If it doesn't, they feel anxious. But that's backwards. The flow of money is not the cause of emotion, it's the effect. You must lead with the feeling you want the universe to echo. That's the secret most people never learn. When you start living from the emotional frequency of abundance, you'll notice subtle but powerful changes. You'll start making decisions from faith rather than fear. You'll take inspired actions that feel natural instead of forced. You'll attract clients, ideas, and partnerships that align with your elevated energy. You'll even find that the same actions you used to take, the same work, the same effort, suddenly start producing bigger results. That's because the energy behind those actions has transformed. Money loves calm confidence. It flows toward joy. It resists desperation. When you hold the vibration of peace and certainty, you become a safe space for abundance to land. That's why millionaires seem to attract more even when they lose it all, because their emotional set point remains stable. They've trained their nervous systems to feel wealthy regardless of external numbers. So ask yourself right now, how do I feel about money? Do I feel tension, worry, or fear? Or do I feel peace, trust, and gratitude? That feeling is your frequency, and your frequency is your fortune. It's not about faking happiness or denying reality. It's about choosing emotional mastery. You can acknowledge challenges while still radiating certainty. You can face temporary scarcity while vibrating abundance. This emotional duality is what separates conscious creators from reactors. Reactors let circumstances define their emotions. Creators let emotions define their circumstances. Here's the shift. Instead of asking, "When will I get more money?" start asking, "How can I feel abundant right now?" Play music that elevates you. Walk with confidence. Visualize your dream life with emotional clarity. Smile even if there's no reason. Because every time you do, you're tuning your frequency higher, and the universe can't resist matching it. Remember, the law of attraction doesn't respond to what you say you want. It responds to what you feel you already have. When you truly feel abundant, even for a few minutes each day, you activate the vibration that draws more abundance to you. Over time, this becomes your new normal. Money isn't a pile of paper or a number on a screen. It's energy that amplifies the emotion behind it. It flows to those who radiate expansion, freedom, and gratitude. When your emotions consistently vibrate at that level, money becomes your mirror, and the reflection only gets brighter. Topic 4. Breaking the scarcity code. How to eliminate financial fear and rewrite your money identity. Fear is the silent killer of abundance. It's the invisible wall that stands between your intentions and your manifestations. You can have the right goals, the right affirmations, and even the right strategy. But if fear is quietly running the show behind the scenes, you'll keep sabotaging your success without even realizing it. Because fear doesn't just block your thoughts, it blocks your frequency, it distorts your signal, and the law of attraction can't deliver prosperity to a mind that's broadcasting panic. The truth is, most people live in a constant vibration of financial fear, fear of not having enough, fear of losing what they have, fear of being judged, rejected, or humiliated if they fail. And that fear becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. You attract situations that validate your worries. You chase opportunities that drain you. You say yes when you should say no, because you're afraid of missing out. But here's the paradox. The moment you stop fearing lack loses its power over you. Because fear is only energy, and energy can be transformed. When you begin to see fear as feedback rather than failure, everything changes. Fear isn't telling you to stop. It's showing you exactly where your next breakthrough lives. Think about it. Every major success story you've ever heard began with a moment of fear. Jim Carrey sitting alone in his car, visualizing a future that didn't yet exist. Elon Musk risking everything, not once, but multiple times, when logic said he'd lose it all. Oprah Winfrey stepping into a media world dominated by people who didn't look like her, sound like her, or believe in her. They all felt fear. The difference? They didn't let it define their identity. You see, the root of financial fear isn't money itself, it's identity. It's who you believe you are in relation to money. If your identity is built on scarcity, then fear will always feel like home. You'll unconsciously recreate situations that keep you in survival mode because they match your self-image. But when your identity shifts to abundance, fear loses its foundation. You stop seeing yourself as someone who needs to get money and start seeing yourself as someone who naturally attracts it. Scarcity isn't a condition, it's a code, a mental and emotional pattern that can be rewritten. And the way to rewrite it begins with awareness. Start noticing the thoughts that trigger your fear. The moments you say, "I can't afford that," or "What if I lose everything?" Those phrases aren't just words, they're commands to your subconscious. Every time you repeat them, you're reinforcing a reality where money feels unsafe. Now imagine flipping that script. What if, instead of saying, "I can't afford this," you said, "How can I create this?" That one shift moves you from scarcity to possibility. You're no longer closing doors, you're opening them. And every time you do, your subconscious starts building a new identity, one based on empowerment rather than fear. Fear thrives in uncertainty, but abundance thrives in trust. The moment you start trusting that money is energy, and that energy flows where belief goes, fear begins to dissolve. It's like turning on a light in a dark room. The darkness doesn't fight back, it simply disappears. This is why gratitude is so powerful. You can't feel fear and gratitude at the same time. Gratitude instantly pulls you out of scarcity because it reminds your subconscious of what's already working. And when you focus on what's working, you generate more of it. Oprah once said, "The more you praise and celebrate your life, the more there is in life to celebrate." That's not poetic, that's vibrational truth. Fear collapses energy, gratitude expands it. When you choose gratitude over fear, even for a few seconds, you start rewiring your nervous system to feel safe in abundance. The same goes for Elon Musk. Every time he faced failure, he didn't let fear paralyze him. He converted it into fuel. When SpaceX rockets exploded, he didn't vibrate at defeat. He vibrated at determination. His mind said, "We'll learn, we'll adjust, we'll win." That frequency, the energy of unshakable belief, is what turned impossible dreams into industries. Jim Carrey has spoken about fear, too. He said his father could have been a great comedian, but chose a safe job as an accountant, only to be laid off. That experience taught Carrey something crucial. You can fail at what you don't want, so you might as well take a chance on doing what you love. That sentence isn't just inspirational, it's a declaration of vibrational truth. Fear is an illusion that makes you cling to mediocrity. Faith is the vibration that opens the door to miracles. The moment you stop letting fear control your decisions, the universe starts trusting you with bigger opportunities, because energy follows courage. Every time you choose faith over fear, when you invest in yourself, take that risk, launch that idea, or step out of comfort, you're broadcasting a powerful signal. I am ready for more. And the universe responds in kind. Here's something most people overlook. Money doesn't make you fearless. Fearlessness makes you magnetic to money. When your vibration says, "I am safe no matter what," money starts flowing more easily. Because safety is an energy that allows abundance to expand. The more relaxed and confident you are about money, the more freely it circulates around you. Fear constricts, faith expands, and the law of attraction can only deliver to what's expanding. That's why when you're in fear, nothing seems to work. Not because the universe is punishing you, but because your vibration has contracted so tightly that there's no space for abundance to enter. So, how do you release fear permanently? You face it with awareness. You stop running from it. You breathe into it. You remind yourself, this feeling is temporary. This vibration is not who I am. Because the moment you identify fear as separate from your true self, it begins to dissolve. You are not your scarcity. You are not your past. You are not your mistakes. You are pure potential. Infinite, abundant energy expressing itself through a temporary human experience. When you truly understand that, fear becomes just another frequency you can choose to change. Breaking the scarcity code isn't about becoming rich overnight. It's about becoming free. Free from the belief that money defines your worth. Free from the anxiety that keeps you playing small. Free from the fear that has been dictating your destiny. When you rewrite your money identity from fear to faith, your entire life begins to transform. You stop waiting for external security and start radiating inner certainty. And the universe, which always matches your energy, starts reflecting that certainty back as financial freedom, opportunities, and peace. Because abundance doesn't come to those who are fearless. It comes to those who choose courage despite fear. And every time you make that choice, you're breaking another line of the old scarcity code. Until eventually, all that's left is truth. You were never lacking anything. You were simply learning to remember who you really are. Pure abundance in motion. Topic 5. The quantum principle. How thoughts turn into money through vibrational reality. What if I told you that the money you want already exists, right now, in a parallel version of your reality? Not as a dream, not as a future possibility, but as a frequency waiting for you to tune into it. The law of attraction isn't wishful thinking. It's quantum mechanics in motion. Because at the deepest level of existence, everything, including money, is made of the same thing. Energy vibrating at different frequencies. Quantum physics has already proven that matter is not solid. When scientists look deep inside an atom, they don't find substance. They find movement, vibration, potential. A sea of infinite possibilities waiting to become something, anything, depending on the observer. That means your thoughts aren't passive. They are creative forces collapsing energy into form. Every time you think about money, you are literally influencing the quantum field. You're either drawing abundance closer or pushing it further away, depending on the vibration behind your thought. You are the observer, and the observer is the creator. This is the same principle that mystics have taught for thousands of years, that the outer world is just a reflection of the inner one. But now science is catching up to spirituality. The quantum field, that invisible ocean of energy where all possibilities exist, responds to consciousness. It listens. It reacts. It arranges itself around your dominant state of being. When you think thoughts of scarcity, fear, or stress, those frequencies collapse the field into matching outcomes. Missed opportunities, financial blocks, constant struggle. But when you think, feel, and believe in abundance with conviction, the field reorganizes itself to reflect that belief. That's how thoughts literally turn into money, not through magic, but through energetic coherence. Coherence means that your thoughts, emotions, and intentions are aligned. When your heart and mind vibrate at the same frequency, you create a clear signal in the quantum field. The universe receives a precise order. But when your thoughts say, "I'm rich," while your emotions scream, "I'm scared," you send mixed signals, and the quantum field simply mirrors your confusion back. That's why alignment isn't just about thinking positive thoughts. It's about feeling them as truth. Dr. Joe Dispenza calls this living in the future before it happens. When you visualize wealth and you genuinely feel the gratitude and certainty of already having it, you're tuning your energy into that specific reality. And because the quantum field is infinite, it starts collapsing the version of reality that matches that vibration. That's why people who practice visualization with emotion often experience what they call miracles. But they're not miracles, they're quantum alignment. Think about how this applies to real lives. Jim Carrey visualized his future self not as a fantasy, but as an emotional reality. He didn't just imagine money, he felt it, believed it, became it. That emotional coherence tuned his frequency to abundance long before his first paycheck arrived. And the universe, through a series of coincidences, auditions, and opportunities, rearranged itself to deliver what his energy had already created. Elon Musk operates from a similar quantum principle, though he may not call it that. He doesn't think in probabilities, he thinks in possibilities. He visualizes outcomes that don't exist yet: reusable rockets, colonizing Mars, electric cars dominating the market, and holds those visions so firmly that reality starts bending to accommodate them. That's quantum manifestation at scale. He doesn't wait for evidence, he creates it. Oprah Winfrey, too, embodies this principle. She's spoken often about how she learned to align with the flow of life. When she wanted something deeply, she didn't chase it. She prepared for it. She vibrated with gratitude and readiness, knowing the quantum field would deliver when she was emotionally aligned. That's why her success often looks effortless, because it's the natural result of coherence. Here's something profound to remember. The quantum field doesn't respond to what you want. It responds to what you are. You can't trick it with forced affirmations. You can't manipulate it with fake positivity. It reads vibration, not words. When you think of money with excitement and trust, that's a high frequency. When you think of money with stress and fear, that's a low frequency. Both are creative, both are powerful, but only one brings prosperity. Now, imagine if you could hold the vibration of abundance long enough for the field to stabilize it into reality. That's when manifestation feels effortless. When ideas flow naturally, opportunities line up, and synchronicities appear one after another. You're no longer trying to make things happen. You're allowing them to happen through energetic alignment. The key is emotional consistency. The quantum field rewards stability. If your energy is all over the place, one day believing, the next day doubting, your results will reflect that instability. But when your vibration stays steady in faith, no matter what's happening around you, the universe has no choice but to match your signal. That's why gratitude, joy, and trust are the most magnetic emotions in existence. They stabilize your vibration. They anchor your frequency in abundance. When you wake up and give thanks for the money already on its way, when you act as if wealth is inevitable, when you feel peace even when the evidence isn't there yet, you're communicating directly with the quantum field. And it always responds. Think of your life as a radio. Every reality, every version of you, rich or poor, successful or struggling, is a different station. The music is already playing. You don't need to create it. You just need to tune into it. Your thoughts are the dial, and your emotions are the amplifier. When you align both with the station of abundance, you start hearing the song of prosperity. It's been playing all along. You just weren't tuned in. The quantum field is infinite. There is no shortage of wealth, no limit to possibilities. Scarcity is an illusion created by low-frequency thinking. The more you shift into gratitude, confidence, and creative excitement, the more the field opens doors that logic could never explain. So stop waiting for money to appear before you feel abundant. Feel abundant now, and the field will catch up. That's how thoughts turn into wealth. That's how energy becomes matter. That's how vision becomes bankable reality. You are not separate from the quantum field. You are the field, temporarily expressing itself as a human being. And once you understand that truth, you stop asking, "How will it happen?" and start knowing, "It's already done." The next time you think about money, remember this. Every thought you think is a wave in the quantum ocean. Every emotion is an energetic command, and the universe is listening, ready to collapse into whatever you decide to believe. So think richly, feel deeply, believe completely, because the quantum field always says yes, and it will say yes to the frequency you hold most consistently. Topic 6. Magnetic alignment. How to become a living money magnet through energy flow. There comes a moment in every person's journey toward abundance when you realize that money isn't something you pursue. It's something you attract. The more you chase it, the faster it runs. The more desperate your energy, the more resistance you create. But when your energy becomes aligned, calm, clear, confident. Money begins to flow to you as naturally as air fills your lungs. This is what I call magnetic alignment, the state where your vibration, thoughts, and emotions resonate so purely with abundance that prosperity can no longer stay away. Everything in existence responds to energy. People, opportunities, ideas, all of them are pulled towards certain frequencies. Just as a magnet doesn't chase metal, it simply attracts it by being what it is. You too can become a magnet for wealth by being what wealth responds to. The universe isn't withholding abundance. It's waiting for you to match its signal. Magnetic alignment begins with inner coherence, when your mind, body, and spirit are no longer sending mixed messages. Most people want money but vibrate with fear. They want freedom but feel trapped. They want abundance but think in limitation. That internal contradiction scrambles the frequency. You can't manifest from confusion. The universe doesn't respond to maybe. It responds to I am. So how do you align your energy so fully that money becomes drawn to you effortlessly? It starts with presence, with grounding yourself in the energy of now. When you stop projecting fear into the future or guilt into the past, your vibration rises instantly. Presence is the gateway to flow. In that stillness, your energy becomes magnetic because it's no longer fragmented. You're whole, you're centered, you're clear. This is what every successful person you admire has mastered, whether consciously or not. They operate from energetic alignment, not emotional chaos. Elon Musk doesn't second-guess his worth every time a risk fails. He stays aligned with his vision. Jim Carrey didn't allow rejection to define his vibration. He stayed aligned with belief. Oprah didn't let her past dictate her energy. She aligned with gratitude, knowing the universe rewards those who vibrate at love and expansion. When you're aligned, the universe conspires with you. Your thoughts become clearer, your intuition sharper, and your decisions more inspired. You start saying no to what drains you and yes to what expands you. That's how alignment works. It simplifies your reality by removing everything that doesn't match your new vibration. There's a reason why things finally start clicking when you stop trying so hard. When you release resistance and trust your energy, you open the channels through which abundance flows. It's like unclogging a river that was always meant to run freely. Suddenly, ideas flow in your mind, opportunities appear out of nowhere, and people start saying yes to you. You feel lighter, more creative, more alive. That's magnetic energy in motion. The law of attraction doesn't bring you what you want. It brings you what you are. You attract from your state, not your statements. When you are aligned, when your dominant energy is gratitude, joy, confidence, and peace, you don't have to force outcomes anymore. You naturally pull them into your orbit. The universe rearranges itself to accommodate your vibration. Think about it this way. Money loves clarity. It loves certainty. It loves direction. When you are confused, anxious, or desperate, you send out an unstable frequency, and money avoids instability. But when your energy says, I am abundant, I am capable, I am ready, the vibration becomes irresistible. That's why truly wealthy people seem to attract success even when they're not trying, because they radiate certainty. Magnetic alignment also means learning to receive. Many people block abundance not because they don't work hard enough, but because they don't feel worthy enough to receive what they desire. They vibrate with guilt when money arrives, or they shrink when opportunities knock. But worthiness is a frequency too. When you genuinely believe that abundance is your birthright, that prosperity isn't a privilege but a natural state, you open the floodgates. The more you allow yourself to receive with gratitude instead of guilt, the faster money circulates through your life. Jim Carrey once said, "I wish everyone could become rich and famous so they could see that it's not the answer." What he meant is that wealth doesn't create alignment. Alignment creates wealth. When you become emotionally aligned with joy, contribution, and self-worth, money becomes a side effect, not the goal. That's the essence of magnetism. You stop chasing the reflection because you've already become the source. To strengthen your magnetic energy, start by managing what you allow into your field. What you consume, who you spend time with, what you focus on, all of it affects your frequency. Surround yourself with people who expand your energy, not those who drain it. Fill your mind with ideas that elevate, not fear-based narratives. Protect your vibration like your most valuable asset, because it is. Magnetism also grows through consistency. You can't align for 5 minutes and expect miracles. The universe rewards sustained energy, not occasional bursts. Each time you hold gratitude when others panic, each time you act from faith instead of fear, you reinforce the magnetic field around you. Over time, that energy becomes so strong that reality has no choice but to respond. When you're in alignment, life feels like a flow rather than a fight. Things that used to feel difficult suddenly become effortless. You start trusting timing instead of forcing control. You notice that even delays and challenges carry hidden gifts. That calm certainty, that inner knowing that all is unfolding perfectly, is the highest frequency of magnetism. It's the vibration that says, I am safe, I am abundant, I am in flow. The truth is, money is not attracted to struggle, it's attracted to stability. When your energy is balanced, not manic, not fearful, not grasping, you emit the signal of trust. And trust is irresistible to the universe, because the universe itself operates on trust, on natural order, rhythm, and flow. So let this become your mantra. I no longer chase, I attract. What belongs to me flows effortlessly. Repeat it until your nervous system believes it. Feel it until your vibration matches it. Act as if you already are the magnet for wealth, because in truth, you already are. You've just been clouded by resistance and fear, vibrations that are now falling away. Magnetic alignment isn't something you build, it's something you remember. It's who you've always been beneath the noise. You are a transmitter of energy, a creator of frequency, a magnet of divine abundance. The moment you trust that, not intellectually, but emotionally, your outer world begins to shift with breathtaking speed. Because money doesn't come to the loudest voice or the hardest worker. It comes to the clearest vibration, and once your energy says, I am ready, the universe will always answer. Then let it be done. Topic 7. Inspired action. The missing key between manifestation and results. There's a misunderstanding that has led millions of people to think the law of attraction is nothing more than wishful thinking, as if you could simply sit on the couch, visualize wealth, and wait for the universe to deliver a check. But manifestation is not magic without motion. It's energy that moves through you, and the bridge between energy and reality is action, not forced action, but inspired action. Inspired action is the difference between hustling from fear and creating from flow. It's not about doing more. It's about doing what's aligned. When your energy matches the vibration of abundance, intuition starts guiding you to the right steps, ideas, and opportunities at the perfect time. You no longer chase, you respond. You move because you feel the pull, not because you're desperate to prove your worth. The law of attraction is always a partnership between you and the universe. You generate the frequency, and the universe provides the direction. It's like a dance. The moment you take one step in faith, the floor beneath you begins to rearrange itself to support your movement. But if you wait for everything to be perfect before acting, you block that universal choreography. The energy stagnates. The flow stops. Think about every major breakthrough in history. It didn't come from waiting, it came from inspired movement. Jim Carrey didn't just visualize his success. He showed up for auditions, wrote his own material, studied acting, and embodied his dream until it became real. But the difference is that he wasn't acting from fear. He was acting from alignment. He didn't force his path. He flowed with it. Each action was backed by energy that said, I already am who I'm becoming. Elon Musk does this instinctively. His ideas are so bold that logic can't explain them, yet he acts on them because the energy feels undeniable. He doesn't overthink, he moves. That's what inspired action looks like. It's fearless execution born from inner certainty. It's the vibration of clarity translated into motion. Oprah Winfrey also embodies this principle beautifully. She has said, when you align with what you're meant to do, the universe uses you as an instrument. Her career didn't unfold from chasing trends or manipulating outcomes. It unfolded from answering callings. Each opportunity felt like a divine nudge. She took action, not random, frantic motion, but guided, intuitive steps that matched her inner conviction. That's the secret to manifestation most people miss. The universe doesn't reward thought alone. It rewards thought plus motion in harmony. When you move with conviction, you create ripples in the field of potential. Those ripples attract resources, people, and timing that you couldn't have planned with logic. That's why inspired action often feels miraculous, because it's intelligence flowing through you, not from you. But how can you tell whether your actions are inspired or forced? The simplest test is emotion. Forced action feels heavy, rushed, anxious. Inspired action feels light, natural, exciting, even when it stretches you. It carries a subtle joy, a sense of certainty that says, "This is it." You don't need anyone to convince you, you just know. The mistake many people make is waiting to feel ready. But readiness isn't a feeling, it's a decision. When you take that first step, readiness arrives after. The universe rewards courage, not comfort. Every time you act on an inspired impulse, even a small one, you activate a chain reaction of synchronicities. You send a clear message to the universe, "I trust." And the universe answers, "Then I'll meet you halfway." Money, success, opportunities, they all respond to movement. Energy loves momentum. You don't have to know the full path. You just have to take the next step that feels aligned. Imagine driving a car at night. Your headlights only show a few meters ahead, but as you move forward, more of the road becomes visible. That's how manifestation works. Inspired action illuminates the next step only after you take the current one. Jim Carrey once said that while he visualized his success, he never stopped working. He said, "You can't just visualize and then go eat a sandwich." That statement may sound humorous, but it holds profound truth. Visualization primes your vibration, but action grounds it into reality. Without movement, energy has nowhere to flow. Elon Musk, again, is proof of this principle. He doesn't wait for perfect conditions, he creates them. While others wait for certainty, he acts on faith in his vision. And that energy, decisive, creative, fearless, magnetizes billions of dollars in investment and opportunity. The universe rewards decisiveness, because decisiveness is confidence in motion. And then there's Oprah, whose entire career was a series of inspired decisions. She once turned down lucrative offers because they didn't feel right energetically. To the outside world, that looked irrational, but those very decisions created space for something far greater. That's how inspiration works. It asks you to trust feeling over logic, energy over fear. The more aligned your vibration, the more effortless your actions become. You stop trying to make things happen and instead let them unfold through you. You work hard, yes, but the work feels joyful, meaningful, alive. You wake up with purpose instead of pressure. You act from expansion, not exhaustion. When you live in that state, opportunities start chasing you. You become magnetic not just to money, but to momentum itself. Emails, messages, offers, and invitations begin appearing out of nowhere. But they're not random. They're responses to your vibration of movement. The universe loves people who move with faith. So here's the truth. Inspired action is sacred. It's the physical proof of your belief. Every time you take a step towards your dream, no matter how small, you're telling the universe, "I'm serious about this vision." And the universe always multiplies seriousness, combined with joy. Don't wait for certainty, create it. Don't wait for permission, embody it. Don't wait for proof, become it. The energy of faith is the most profitable vibration on earth. And when you act from faith, you shift from manifesting in theory to manifesting in reality. That's when you become unstoppable. Because inspiration doesn't run out. It flows endlessly when you trust it. Each action becomes a prayer, each step a declaration, each result a reflection of the frequency you've chosen to embody. And that's the missing key, the bridge between wishing and receiving, between vision and manifestation, inspired action. The universe won't move until you do, but the moment you move with conviction, the universe moves mountains to meet you. Topic 8. The Wealth Frequency Shift. How to sustain abundance. Once it arrives, manifesting money is powerful, but keeping it, expanding it, multiplying it, and flowing with it, that's the true mastery of abundance. Because money doesn't just respond to your desire, it responds to your consistency. The universe doesn't test you by giving you wealth and seeing if you can hold on to it. It reveals whether your vibration is stable enough to sustain it. And here's the truth. Abundance isn't just about what you attract. It's about what you can energetically maintain. That's why so many people experience sudden financial highs followed by painful lows. They get the raise, win the contract, or hit a lucky streak, only to watch it slip away. Why? Because while their actions changed, their frequency didn't. Their outer reality temporarily outgrew their inner identity. And until the two match again, the universe must rebalance the equation. Money flows where it feels respected, appreciated, and safe. It's not just paper, it's energy. When you treat it with gratitude, organization, and awareness, it multiplies. When you treat it with fear, guilt, or neglect, it vanishes. This isn't superstition, it's vibration. The emotion you associate with money determines how long it stays and how easily it expands. Jim Carrey, even after achieving global success, continued to live by the same inner practices that got him there: gratitude, visualization, and generosity. He understood that abundance wasn't a goal, but a frequency. He didn't stop embodying prosperity once the money arrived. He intensified it. That's why his wealth became sustainable. He aligned not only his mind, but his entire nervous system with the vibration of expansion, not contraction. Contrast that with people who suddenly acquire money through chance: lottery winners, unexpected inheritances, viral success stories. Studies show that most of them lose it all within a few years. Why? Because their subconscious never made the wealth frequency shift. They still vibrated with scarcity, fear, or unworthiness, and the energy had to return to its equilibrium. The universe always mirrors your dominant vibration, not your temporary condition. The wealth frequency shift happens when you realize that abundance isn't an event, it's an identity. You stop asking, "How do I keep this?" and start affirming, "This is who I am." Wealth stops being something outside of you that you must protect. It becomes something within you that you naturally project. That inner stability makes your financial life feel like a river instead of a roller coaster. Elon Musk's wealth, for example, fluctuates by billions in a single day, and yet his vibration doesn't change. Whether his company's value rises or falls, his frequency of abundance remains steady. That's why he continues to create more. He doesn't identify with numbers, he identifies with creation. His wealth is an expression of energy, not possession. He's not attached to the form, he's connected to the source. That's true financial mastery. Oprah Winfrey lives by the same principle. Her frequency is anchored in gratitude and service. She gives freely because she knows energy must circulate to expand. Her generosity isn't a strategy, it's her natural vibration. And that's why abundance keeps flowing to her. Money, opportunities, and influence orbit her energy because her frequency is rooted in appreciation, not fear of loss. Here's the secret most people miss. To sustain abundance, you must release attachment. The moment you become afraid of losing what you've gained, you start vibrating lack again. You re-enter the same energy that once repelled money in the first place. The key is detachment, not indifference, but trust. Knowing that what's meant for you cannot be taken, and that money is simply one expression of the infinite energy you already are. When you truly embody abundance, your focus shifts from keeping to circulating. You give more, share more, create more, and that circulation multiplies your prosperity. The more freely you allow money to move through your life, the more the universe trusts you as a vessel for expansion. Abundance doesn't like to be trapped, it thrives in motion. That's why generosity is one of the most magnetic frequencies you can hold. But sustaining abundance also requires emotional regulation. When challenges appear, a drop in income, an unexpected expense, a delayed opportunity, your job is to hold your vibration steady. Don't let temporary fluctuations define your energetic identity. Wealthy people don't panic when money moves. They stay centered, knowing the flow always returns. That's the wealth frequency shift. Emotional stability in the face of financial change. Think of money like a relationship. If you constantly doubt it, fear it, or obsess over it, it withdraws. But if you appreciate it, trust it, and celebrate it, it stays. It wants harmony, not hostility. It wants attention, not obsession. It wants love, not fear. And when you cultivate that energy toward money, it mirrors that love right back through expansion and flow. Sustaining wealth also means aligning your energy with purpose. Money without purpose eventually loses meaning. When your abundance serves something greater, growth, creation, contribution, the universe keeps fueling it. Energy follows intention. That's why people who use their wealth to empower others seem to attract even more opportunities. They've aligned their prosperity with universal flow, And the universe always amplifies what serves the whole. Jim Carrey, Oprah, Musk, they all express this truth in different ways. Carrey through creativity, Oprah through service, Musk through innovation. They're not chasing money, they're channeling it. That's why they don't just sustain wealth, they expand it exponentially. They've become conduits for abundance, not containers. To maintain your own wealth frequency, practice gratitude daily, not as a ritual, but as a vibration. Be grateful for the money you have, the bills you can pay, the opportunities that are coming. Speak to your finances with respect. Track them with awareness. Invest from confidence, not fear. Every time you handle money consciously, you're strengthening your energetic relationship with it. And remember, money is loyal to your vibration. It doesn't care about your education, your past, or your circumstances. It only listens to your energy. So hold the frequency of expansion even when appearances tempt you to doubt. When fear whispers, "What if it disappears?" Answer with faith. It multiplies as I do. Now that is the wealth frequency shift, moving from temporary abundance to eternal prosperity. When you become energetically consistent, money stops being something you manifest and becomes something you maintain naturally. Because the truth is, abundance isn't something you attract once, it's something you embody for life. And the moment your energy stabilizes in that knowing, wealth stops fluctuating. It flows endlessly, effortlessly, through the frequency of who you've become. Topic 9, the prosperity mindset, turning every challenge into abundance. Every person who has ever achieved lasting success has faced moments that could have broken them. Moments of loss, rejection, uncertainty, or failure. But what separates those who rise from those who collapse is not circumstance, it's mindset. Specifically, the prosperity mindset. This is the mental and emotional framework that allows you to turn every challenge, every setback, every obstacle into fuel for expansion. It's the ability to see opportunity where others see endings. The prosperity mindset isn't about ignoring reality or pretending problems don't exist. It's about meeting reality from a higher vibration, one of faith, creativity, and resourcefulness. It's looking at what seems like loss and saying, "This is a lesson. This is redirection. This is growth disguised as difficulty." That simple shift in perception transforms everything. Because when you change the way you see challenges, challenges change the way they serve you. Think about Elon Musk. He faced public humiliation when his rockets exploded, when Tesla was on the brink of bankruptcy, when critics laughed at his vision of colonizing Mars. But he never let those moments define him. Instead of saying, "This failed," he asked, "What did this teach me?" That's prosperity consciousness in action, turning breakdowns into breakthroughs. He used each failure as an energetic calibration, each challenge as a test of alignment. And because he refused to vibrate at fear, the universe rewarded his resilience with exponential success. Jim Carrey went through similar trials before his success. He faced rejection after rejection, struggling financially while holding a dream that seemed impossible. Yet instead of giving in to scarcity, he leaned deeper into belief. He used laughter, visualization, and gratitude to keep his vibration high even in his darkest moments. His circumstances didn't define him, his consciousness did. He didn't wait for proof, he became the proof. And when his frequency finally matched his dream, the world caught up. Oprah Winfrey too embodies the prosperity mindset. She's faced criticism, personal loss, and public scrutiny at levels few could endure. But she doesn't see challenges as punishment, she sees them as preparation. Every obstacle became the soil where her wisdom grew. She once said, "The greatest discovery of all time is that a person can change their future by merely changing their attitude." That statement isn't philosophy, it's frequency mastery. The prosperity mindset doesn't deny pain, it transcends it. It asks, what's the lesson hidden in this? Because when you find meaning in adversity, you transform its energy. You move from victim to creator, from powerless to powerful. That shift instantly raises your vibration. And as your vibration rises, so do your results. Here's the truth. Challenges are not interruptions to your abundance. They are initiations into it. They reveal where your vibration is still fragile, where your beliefs still limit you. The universe uses obstacles not to punish you, but to help you expand your energetic capacity for more. Because to receive more, you must become more. And you can't become more without pressure. Diamonds aren't created in comfort. They're forged in fire. So the next time you face a setback, an unexpected bill, a business slowdown, a closed door, instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" ask, "What is this teaching me about my vibration?" Because every event is feedback from the universe. If something falls apart, it's often because your energy has outgrown it. If something delays, it's because alignment is still forming. Prosperity thinkers understand that timing is never punishment, it's precision. The prosperity mindset also requires emotional resilience. You can't allow temporary circumstances to dictate your permanent frequency. When things get hard, most people drop into fear and sabotage their own energy. But those who master prosperity hold their vibration steady even when storms come. They keep gratitude alive when logic says panic. They stay centered when appearances scream chaos. That's when miracles happen, because the universe always rewards energetic stability. Gratitude is one of the most powerful tools for transforming challenges. It turns resistance into release. The moment you say, "Thank you," even when things aren't perfect, you reclaim your power. Gratitude tells the universe, "I trust you even now." And that trust shifts everything. Suddenly, solutions appear. Support shows up. The very thing that once looked like loss becomes your greatest blessing. Look back on your own life. How many times did something that once felt like failure turn out to be a hidden gift? A job loss that led to a better opportunity, a breakup that led to self-discovery, a delay that led to divine timing. That's the prosperity mindset in hindsight. But when you learn to hold that vibration in real time, you don't just survive challenges, you alchemize them. Jim Carrey once said, "You can fail at what you don't want, so you might as well take a chance on what you love." That's the essence of prosperity thinking, seeing fear as wasted energy and faith as a currency of creation. Prosperity thinkers invest their attention in vision, not in worry. They understand that every challenge carries the same frequency as its solution, and that by staying in the vibration of possibility, they magnetize the outcome they desire. Elon Musk visualizes failure as data, not defeat. Oprah sees obstacles as teachers. Jim Carrey turns struggle into art, and you can do the same. Because prosperity isn't about never facing challenges, it's about never losing your vibration when you do. So when life feels uncertain, remind yourself, "I am not being tested. I am being trained. I am not losing. I am leveling up." That affirmation alone can shift your entire reality, because the universe doesn't punish, it prepares, it polishes, it expands. Every obstacle you face contains a seed of prosperity, waiting for you to recognize it. And when you meet it with faith, gratitude, and vision, you activate that seed. And what once felt like resistance transforms into reward. That's the prosperity mindset. Seeing opportunity in the obstacle, expansion in the uncertainty, and abundance in the adversity. Because when you can hold that vibration no matter what happens, when you can see through the illusion of lack and choose the frequency of growth, the universe has no choice but to match you with more. And from that moment on, you stop fearing challenges altogether, because you realize something extraordinary. The very energy that once intimidated you is now the same energy that accelerates your abundance. Topic 10. The Infinite Source. Awakening to the true nature of wealth and universal prosperity. There comes a moment in every seeker's journey when the truth finally clicks. When you realize that money was never the goal. It was never the destination. It was the mirror, reflecting how much of your own infinite nature you were willing to remember. Because the law of attraction was never about money. It was about consciousness. And the moment you awaken to that truth, your relationship with abundance transforms forever. You begin to see that wealth is not something you create or chase. It's something you allow. It's the natural consequence of remembering who you truly are, a divine expression of infinite intelligence, temporarily living through a human experience. The universe doesn't reward you for working harder. It reflects you for vibrating higher. You are not separate from prosperity. You are prosperity, temporarily disguised as a person searching for it. Every dollar, every opportunity, every miracle of timing that has ever entered your life came from one source, the infinite field of energy that connects all things. The same source that breathes through you, beats your heart, and expands the stars is the same source that manifests wealth. You don't need to beg for it. compete for it, or fight for it. You only need to align with it. Jim Carrey once said, "I believe that I can create whatever I want because I understand who I truly am." That statement holds the key to everything. He wasn't talking about ego, he was talking about energy. When you know who you are, when you truly remember that you are not a separate fragment but a creator within the whole, you stop trying to attract abundance. You start to express it. The same truth is what drives Elon Musk's visionary genius. He's not chasing success, he's channeling innovation from the same infinite source that birthed his imagination. That's why his ideas seem impossible to others, because they're not coming from intellect alone, but from intuition connected to the field of infinite potential. And Oprah Winfrey too has said it countless times. "I am a vessel. I let God use me." That's what alignment looks like. The realization that abundance isn't something you control, it's something you flow with. When you awaken to that level of awareness, you stop living in resistance. You stop doubting. You stop needing proof. You no longer see money as your savior because you've met the true source of all creation, the power within you. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. You realize that abundance has been surrounding you all along, in nature, in opportunities, in people, in ideas. You were never lacking wealth. You were only lacking awareness. The infinite source is not limited by economy, by circumstance, or by the past. It doesn't care about your job title, your background, or your current balance. It responds to vibration, pure, unwavering faith in your own connection to it. The moment you align with that truth, money stops feeling scarce. You begin to see it for what it truly is, a tool for expansion, not a measure of worth, a servant of purpose, not a master of destiny. Imagine how different the world would look if everyone realized that they are already connected to the infinite source of abundance. There would be no competition, only creation. No envy, only inspiration. No scarcity, only circulation. Because the universe doesn't run out of energy, it multiplies it through those who share it freely. Gratitude becomes your new currency. Faith becomes your investment. Joy becomes your return. You no longer measure success by numbers, but by expansion, by how much light, peace, and impact flow through you into the world. That's why true prosperity isn't about accumulation. It's about alignment. It's about living in such harmony with your source that every thought, emotion, and action feels like a prayer of abundance. When you live that way, wealth becomes effortless. You don't chase, you magnetize. You don't force, you flow. You don't strive, you allow. And when you give, you don't lose, you amplify. Because the energy of giving is the purest reflection of trust in infinite supply. The more you circulate abundance, the more the universe confirms your faith with even greater flow. It's not karma, it's physics. Energy expands wherever attention flows. At this level, even challenges stop intimidating you. You see contrast not as opposition, but as creation's way of showing you what you want more clearly. Every obstacle becomes a reminder of your power to choose again, to align again, to rise again. Jim Carrey, Oprah, Musk, their paths all look different on the surface, yet they share the same secret. They don't work for abundance, they work with it. They see themselves as co-creators, not competitors. And that's why the universe keeps using them to express more of itself, through art, through innovation, through impact. And now, it's your turn. Because abundance isn't reserved for a few chosen people. It's the natural state of everyone who dares to remember who they are. You are not here to struggle. You are here to expand. You are not here to survive. You are here to express the infinite source that flows through you, as you, and for you. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine this truth sinking in. Everything you desire is already yours in vibration. The moment you feel it as real, it begins to form around you. That's the power you've always had. The power to command energy through emotion, to shape reality through belief, to transform potential into prosperity. So let go of striving, let go of fear, let go of doubt. You don't need to chase wealth anymore. You are the wealth. You are the frequency. You are the source. And from that awareness, prosperity becomes infinite. Because the more you give, the more you receive. The more you trust, the more you flow. The more you align, the more you remember that there was never any separation between you and abundance, only the illusion of it. The law of attraction was never about learning to attract something external. It was always about remembering that you are the magnet. The universe doesn't test you, it mirrors you. And the moment you finally see yourself as the infinite source of creation, you'll realize that abundance isn't something you find. It's something you awaken to. If this message awakened something in you, if you felt a spark, a truth, or a moment of clarity, that means your vibration is already rising. You're remembering your power. So keep this energy alive. If you found value in this video, don't let it stop here. Like, share, and subscribe to stay aligned with this vibration of prosperity. And in the comments, write these words: I am abundance in motion. Because when you declare it, you claim it. This is your time to live as the magnet you were born to be, to manifest not from need, but from knowing. You are the source, you are abundance, and your time is now.